it's yeah. So like having 2 jobs for 2.5 years has really been like it's weird because I'm so used to a certain schedule. Um, so like I'm used to waking up at 4 in the morning and then coming home, sleeping for a little bit, then going to my other job. But now I don't have to do that anymore, and it just feels really great to be free from that. But because of that, my days are kind of screwed up. So like, I look at when I stream and then I completely forget what day it is. But it's a Comfy Clothes day for me, so you're just gonna get the cardigan sweater and the tank top. So no jeans today, because we are on a mission. So what I've liked so far about this HD texture pack is that it doesn't, like, it's hard to notice at first, but when you actually take a closer look, you can really see all the work that's been done. And it really stays true to the original design intent and the art style of Wind Waker. It doesn't really take away from the experience, I don't think. But, with that, how are you, Sarah? Like, have you been having a good week so far? Oh yeah, that's right, I have to go back into the, Dragon Roost Island, because I had just gotten to the point where I was about to go to the dungeon. Because I had just gotten the empty bottle, and then, yeah. Doing pretty good, was working on D&D. Yeah, the stream title's a little on the nose, don't you think? Dragons and Dungeons. Yeah, see, that's another thing, is that, again, I really want to get into D&D, but it's just, like I said, there's just a lot of time, which I do have more time now that I just have the one job, but I don't know, I'd have to, like, really, like, dedicate, like, an entire, like, week or a month to just, like, learning it, because I've never actually done a D&D session before. Okay, so if I remember right, I had just gotten the empty bottle. And I switched my controller settings, so now I can actually use the Z button. Yeah, that's the thing with D&D, is that it just takes so long to actually, like, get started with something, and if you join as a player, it's easy. Yeah, because I've heard that there's people who have, like, done D&D games from, like, for, like, 40 years straight. Like, even one of my former coworkers at the news station was into D&D. Like, he was in, like, the old school stuff, too. Some, very few. Yeah, like, I don't really remember too much of his story. I just remember he said something about how his D&D session, he had, like, a pair of underwear, or, like, a pouch on his underwear that could store pretty much an infinite amount of items or something. Like, it was just a ridiculous story. I don't remember the full details, but it's just, like... It's just, you just never know who's into it. Like, I'd like to get in... Like I said, I'd like to get into it at some point. It's just, you know... You'd probably have to introduce me to it then, Sarah, just because you know much more than I ever would just by looking it up on Google. Oops. I mean, why don't we just use this empty bottle and just get some lava? Yeah, I feel like my avatar is running a little smoother this time around, so I had mistakenly been putting my camera into a USB, well, a non-USB 3.0 slot, and I just put this into USB 3, so it seems to be running a lot nicer this time around, so I've actually noticed that. Yeah, it looks like it's detecting stuff a lot better, but at the same time I still have some issues with lighting conditions. So the way that it's pointed is that I have a window right behind me, And I don't exactly have any, not blinds, but, curtains. I don't really have any curtains on my window, so it doesn't really block out any of the light, so it glares. Building up channel points as I watch. Fun stuff. Yeah, and don't worry about the emotes or anything. Like, I'm not in a hurry to have them, but, like, just whenever you have time, like, you add the emotes to Twitch. Emotes channel points options will need to be done. Is that something that I have to do, or is that something that you're able to do as an editor? Time to awaken the wind again? Yes. Yes, indeed. Now, with HD textures. You might have to, but again, okay, that's fine. You'll probably just have to walk me through it. Or at least, give me a little bit of assistance, because I am very new to all of this, so... Yeah, I've got the... And just send me all the other emotes that you have, too, like the ones you've created, like, for the server and stuff. Or, like, whichever ones you want to do. I do not. I mean, I know about the bit stuff, but, like, I'm not sure what you're talking about. Yeah. Link, you're literally right on the staircase. Nope. Okay. So, I think I can actually take these with me? I don't remember. So as viewers watch your stream, they earn channel points for being here. Those points will be used in different stream options. But okay. Shall I wait in anticipation to see what you're about to do? So just highlight the message. Okay. That makes sense. Because I remember, like, the whole thing with, like, the sound alerts, like, the blurb. Like, I didn't set up blurb because I was waiting until I hit affiliate. Because, like, there's stuff I want to do. Because, like, there's this, like, I know that you can use, like, points, or, like, from my understanding, there's, like, points or bits or whatever can be used to redeem, sound alerts and for, like, blurb. But I didn't want to, like, do any generic soundboard, because then people could use, like, screamer sound effects, and I wouldn't want that. Blaze, why are you in my chat when you're streaming at the same time? But I appreciate you coming by, though. Yeah, so let me, well, actually I'll destroy this first, and then I just want to point something out here. So, lava in video games. Something that is very rarely done correctly. So, in Twilight Princess, Link will actually sink into the lava, which is more realistic, but in Wind Waker, it just does the Mario 64 thing where he gets launched into the air. But in reality, lava isn't anything like how it's portrayed in cartoons and video games and stuff. It's actually, like, a very, like, I want to say it's, like, almost a shampoo-y-esque substance. But still, you know. was looking through the new mod options. Oh, no, you're good, Sarah. Yeah, like, do what you gotta do. If what you gotta do is literally put, like, a clown nose or something on me, then I'm fine as long as it helps. Because I've just been so used to, the YouTube settings and stuff, because... Like, when I did the whole streaming thing before, like I did all this, and I just did it, like, as along with YouTube, I didn't really, like, care too much about the settings or anything. Just it was more of, like, the YouTube was the priority, and then Twitch was kind of like the backseat, and now Twitch is the priority, and YouTube is just the VOD channel. You got some red shoe jelly. Keep it in your spoils bag. Yeah, so as per tradition with my streams, I usually get like an energy drink or something, well, an energy tea or like a specific drink that I have to go along with when I'm streaming. And today, the energy tea place, I got a new flavor called Purple Haze. I'm hoping there's not a connection to the Jimi Hendrix song there, but even though I really like Jimi Hendrix, it's just a little on the nose, but it's the flavor that I got today is I believe it's a cotton candy and a pina colada. It's a weird mix, but it tastes good. So this is important. As an affiliate, you have the options to disable random ads in your stream. Normal viewers get them if not subbed. As an affiliate, you have options. Okay. Yeah, and that's the thing, is that I'm not really concerned about advertisements, really. Like, I do this for fun, not for monetization, really. I mean, that's just a bonus. Okay. Oh man, I needed those rocks. I'm such an idiot. Okay. Then I botched the... Yeah, that's me. And I nearly went over the edge again. There we go. Option 2, you do an ad break every 30 minutes, 1 minute ad, and disable random ads. Let's give you time to drink water and wait for you to come back from ad break. We'll probably go with option 2, just because, like, I know how it feels to have, like, ads just randomly appear. Just because, like, I think, because, again, like, this is all, for me, it's all for fun. Like, it's, like, the monetization is just a secondary thing. So, I think we'll go with option 2. Because the entertainment comes first. So, I just want to point this out here. So this guy was in this pot this entire time, waiting for somebody to come by. But the thing is, Dragon Roost was like a closed off, well, not really a closed off dungeon, but I don't think anyone but the Rito would be coming here. So he's probably been waiting there for like days or even weeks just to do that one attack, because he was boarded up and he was in the vase. So, like, common sense says that he's been in there for a very long time. Oh, and Cranberry's here! Good to see you! Cool, so you may have to set a 30-minute timer on your phone somewhere to notify when you do it. You can ask to start the ad. Yeah, we could also go over this after the stream too, Sarah, because that way it doesn't kind of interrupt the flow or anything.
Yep.
Yeah, because like I said, like, all that stuff is just secondary. Just... Something I just always loved about Wind Waker is that you could destroy the bridges. But, in turn, they can sabotage the enemies, but it'll also sabotage you. Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, like, I really think that my avatar is running a little more, well, looks a little bit more smooth this time around because I actually figured out that I was not plugging it into the USB 3.0, I was plugging it to the other one. Because from what was recommended to me is always to use the USB 3.0 with the camera, with the BC face, and I can definitely see the difference. It's just looks a lot better. Because, like, it's detecting me, like, looking really far away. It's picking up my facial expressions better. Something's being loud outside. Is that a cat just shaking its... I mean, I do have a tail, but since I don't have any of my other sensors on, it's just going to be just my tail, just stagnant. Yeah, but I tell you what, like, Wind Waker, the reason why it's so special to me is because, when I moved, because for the first 8 years of my life, I was, well, I want to say probably like the... So for about 6 or 7 years of my life, I lived with my grandparents, and, the N64 was my aunt's, and... so when I moved away and I went to a new house, the N64 stayed with my aunt, so Ocarina of Time and all those other games stayed with them. So, in turn, me and my brother got all the GameCube titles. And Wind Waker was the only Zelda game that I had for the longest time, so I have a lot of nostalgia for this one because it was really the only one that I had access to play, because I didn't have internet access or anything like that, so I wasn't able to really experience any of the... That's me falling!
Yeah!
A nostalgia trip, and then death. That's usually how it goes for these streams. But yeah, like, I didn't have any, I didn't really have any other options, so it was just nice to be able to re-experience this game. Though there was a time, probably around, like, 2009, that I went to a local store and I found the, it was like the Zelda 20th anniversary, 30th anniversary, like, GameCube bundle that had Ocarina, Majora's Mask, and then I think, I forgot what the other one was. But that stuff is so expensive now. It was like $40 whenever I saw it at that store. It's probably like $90 now for a used copy. Which is just absolutely insane. But I still probably wouldn't have been able to beat Ocarina of Time. I mean, even as an adult, when I played it again back in 2020, when I first beat it, actually, I was much like a lot of other people. I was very frustrated at the water temple, and then shortly after that, I played Majora's Mask and more levels of frustration. But I don't know, Wind Waker, like, even though it was the first game I had to look up a walkthrough for, I mean, I was still able to play Wind Waker fairly easily.
Hey.
Testing polls, choose one. Actually, do I have any baits? No, I didn't buy any from Beetle. Let's see, do I have a small key? No. Dun 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 dun! And it's a freaking compass. Sarah, no! No, how dare you! Why would you do such a thing? Testing new poll options, thick Eno. Well, there's only one option. Like, how... You're robbing the chat of their choices. Like, then again, what would the other choice be? I'm scared to think of what it would be, but at the same time... No, there were three? Well, okay, what were the options then? Yeah, because I only see the... Okay, so I only see the winning option. I don't see any other option from my perspective. But then again, I only see from the Streamlabs chat. I don't see the actual Twitch chat, so if there's like anything super special going on, I probably won't see it. It was a choice between cat butt, thick Eno, and fish sticks. Why fish sticks?
Yep.
I mean, fish sticks are good, but...
Yep.
But I'm sorry to say, Sarah in chat, no thick today because it's Comfy Clothes Day. I mean, I can switch to that avatar anytime that I want to, but I think I'll save that for the Skies of Arcadia stream when I go absolutely insane from the random battles. I have no option. There's always a choice, Sarah. And what choice are you going to make? You know what? I'm just gonna pick up this pot, and I'm gonna throw it at the bird. I actually didn't think it would kill it in one hit. My choice with the... I mean, you're the artist, Sarah. So you could literally create what you want. You don't have to ask me or imagine it. You can create what you want. Yeah, I don't want to draw you a bit. Good. Good. In other news, I am very close to finishing Resident Evil 4 Remake. I didn't think it would take me this long to beat it, but with all the other things going on, like, it's just been really hard for me to find time to dedicate to play it. But, wow, that game is incredible so far. I had just made it to the island section, and it's been a blast playing Resident Evil 4 Remake. Now, if you were to ask me to pick between RE4 or Dead Space, I honestly couldn't tell you, because I love them for different reasons. So, Dead Space I loved for staying, like, completely true to, like, the layout and design of the original while expanding upon it, whereas I like Resident Evil 4 Remake for its more grounded realism while still offering a little bit of the corniness. So it's a really hard, and I don't think I could choose. A dumpy truck, if you will, a humpy dump, a big bazooka? What? A bouncy badonk. Yeah, but has anyone else in chat been playing Resident Evil 4 or had been looking into it? I know that it's not everyone's cup of tea, but they just released the Mercenaries update last night, and I haven't touched it yet. But apparently they actually excluded some characters because they're not finished yet. But I don't know for sure. I haven't really touched it, so I couldn't really tell you. I'm playing it. I'm at the island. Yeah, Resident Evil 4, I have been having an absolute blast with it. I mean, there's some moments where I get really frustrated and, like, I get, like... But I'm definitely glad that I'm saving that for a New Game Plus stream, because there were moments where I was getting some liquid rage out of that game. Because while I really love it, at the same time, I'm definitely not the best at it. Even though I have every achievement in the original game, it's just they've changed so much that all of that progress means nothing. Like, the regenerators were just insane. I mean, they kind of made them a little easy because you get the thermal scope, like, really quickly. But the regenerators were terrifying when I first encountered them. Probably going to release them along in separate ways. I'm glad that they brought Hunk in, because Hunk is just, well, he's a hunk. But no, like, I always like playing as him in the original with the neck snap thing, and... But I'm just hoping that whenever they release Wesker and Ada, that Wesker has the thrust punch move from the original, because if they just nerf it to where he's just a generic character, I'm going to be disappointed, but like... Because I remember in the original Mercenaries mode, he had the thrust punch, where like if you punched an enemy, they would go flying because of his super strength. Although they relieved the original problem with RE4, which was enemies being ammo pinatas. You barely have enough to get by at any given time in the remake. Yes, absolutely. So I'll admit, when I played last night, I actually saved the RPG for Salazar, and just immediately after he's like doing his monologue, and it's like, "Oh, Mr. Kennedy," I immediately hit him with an RPG, and he was just dead. And the achievement was "No thanks, bro." Also, I think I screwed this up, because I've been like trying to do that, but I used all of my water, so I've got to exit the room and come back in. You did the classic cheese. Yeah, because I mean, I don't think it would have been a particularly hard boss, but I know that they did change it quite a bit from the original boss battle, where he's kind of just up against the wall the whole time. Aw, Link! You gotta be kidding me, dude. But his fight has a super cool waltz soundtrack. Yes, I did. So it confused me at first, because, like, there's a room you go in that has, like, these red, fuck, I keep screwing up this room because I'm thinking. So there's a room that has a bunch of, like, red bottles in it, so I assumed that those were liquid nitrogen, because I believe that's the color of the bottles in the original. And I brought him into that room thinking, oh, well, if I shoot these bottles, then I'll be okay. But that was not the case. So, like, you had to use those switches in order to progress. Why am I having such a hard time in this damn room? Like, I guess my mind's in two different places right now, so I'm just struggling. If you'd read the note at the start of the zone. Okay, there we go. Now I can safely, hopefully, like, there we go. But yeah, I killed the boss, and I saved a reasonable amount of ammo too. Like, I think the biggest gripe that I have is like the large resources is so hard to find, because like I usually only have like 2 magazines worth, or maybe just 1 magazine worth of rifle ammo at any given time. It was Handyman's note saying the liquid nitro showers are installed all over the hallways now. Oh yeah, I knew about the showers. I just assumed that those little red bottles that were in that room were also liquid nitrogen, because I remember in the original that you could just knock those things over, but I guess it's just that they replaced it entirely with those showers. I don't know, it's like when I see something like super bright that like contrasts with the background so greatly, I just assume that something is something that I can use. You know, can't read confirmed. I did read! I did! Like I just said, I saw the liquid nitrogen showers. It's just that I saw those red bottles, and I assumed that those were including the... I thought they included those as well. Like, as just in case like you missed it, you could use those as kind of like a way to... as a bonus way of hurting him. That's how I feel right about now. Yeah, I think I just saved right at the shooting gallery before I got off last night. Because like some of them get super tricky. Because like you have to do it some of them like several times before you get the pattern down. Here, I'm gonna do the same strategy I used in RE4 Remake. I'm gonna throw these bases at them and pretend there's liquid nitrogen in them. Yep. It's working about as well as that. Oh, I hit him! Just pick up this sword. I love them. They're kind of like a pocket dimension instead of them being random. Yeah, and I love the music too, especially the bonus song. Because rather than being just a completely new song, they remixed the Drive song from the opening of the original. You know, that saying... I have that to beat, and then I have the VR version too. Because I just got the VR version of it, so now I have to play RE4 VR as well. But I thought about saving that for a stream too. Oh, hey, someone out here pulling a dragon's tail? Indeed. I mean, I wouldn't recommend pulling my tail, though. It would hurt. Alright, well, if Cranberry, if you're still in the chat, you mentioning your grappling hook is actually what inspired me to play this game, because I remembered that the grappling hook was an item in this game, so... Punishment for tail pulling is swift and brutal. Yeah, no touch the tail. What kind of punishment? Yeah, so another thing is that sometimes because for the longest time I was stuck on a certain side quest in Wind Waker, or I guess it's the main quest, but you have to do a certain quest later on that gets really tedious and frustrating. So before I had access to walkthroughs as a kid, I would just come back to dungeons like this, and I would try to find like any conceivable way to get back up to Valoo. But save for glitches, there's no way you can actually get back up there. But what I find really interesting is that a lot of Wind Waker's game world, like, so, for example, or say, for example, Dragon Roost Island, when you view it from the ground, you can see the dungeon from the ground level, because it's just a low resolution version, of course, but you can still see, like, certain areas of the dungeon, like this area with the grappling hook. But I don't know, like, is that something that you'd like to watch, chat? Like me doing RE4 VR? Because I've never actually messed with, like, streaming Quest 2 gameplay on stream. I don't know exactly how that would work, because I'd like to set up my avatar to kind of mirror my movements a little bit, but I mean, it seems like it'd be a really, like, lengthy setup process, but I mean, if it's something that you'd be interested in, I'd be welcome to try it. What's your favorite part of Dragon Roost Island? Rar, rar, and then rar with 2 fewer R's. I'd say rar with all. Oh, I have to log in on Streamlabs even though I'm already logged in. Okay. VR plus V2 model. Yeah, like I think the most that I'd probably be able to do, or at least figure out, is I might just, like, put, like, a static image or something, or at least, like, you know, something. But I'd like to try it, though, at some point. Like, that's really the only reason I haven't played much of RE4 VR, is because I want to maybe stream it, because, like, it looks like it's, well, it is a lot of fun to play, but I just haven't really played it much. Yeah, I don't know why it does that. Like, it's like, oh, you need to be signed in to vote in this poll. It's like, but I'm already signed in. How exactly am I streaming if I'm not signed in? Streamlabs, why you do this? No, 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 no! Oh.
Yep.
Okay, let's try that again, a little more gracefully. Yeah! No, no! Link, why? Oh, I hope that that doesn't send me to the very bottom of the dungeon, because I did that.
Yep.
How about I do this one first? Yep, I am royally sucking at this dungeon. Like, I was like, oh, this is gonna be easy. No, it's actually really, really hard. It's like, I don't give my childhood self enough credit for, like, doing these things. Because I know that you're supposed to, like...
Hey!
The platform ahead is hung in perfect balance. If you so much as tilt it, it will dump you into the lava. There must be a way to cut the cords free simultaneously. Think it carefully before you act. See, the game actually had to tell me what to do. Even though I technically do know. It has to, like, it literally had to spell it out for me. So, I gotta get, like, dead center here. And... go! Woohoo!
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, but, I think one of the big things that I'm going to do, in the future is, like, I definitely do want to get some, like, themed outfits, because I know, like, I go on and on about the clothes stuff, but, like, it's just, like, that's probably one of the best ways that I can express myself is through the clothing options that I can get from my model, so, like, I definitely want to get some festive stuff going, so, like, for Halloween and Christmas especially, and yeah, like, I have, 2 planned right now, 2 new ones, but, like, more than that, like, I don't want to say, like, pre-production, because it kind of, like, makes it a little too official, but, like, I've got other plans for it, like, I don't have them, like, written down, but, like, I have ideas. But, you know, like, it fits the mood. So, like, with the outfits that I have now, like, if I'm in a certain mood, I can switch it up a bit. So if I want to wear comfy clothes like today, I can do that. If I want to wear something a little more, you know, like, going out and about, I have the jeans and the sweater. There's a tingle chest on that empty ledge. Doesn't exist in this version. Oh. Well, it's in our hearts. That's the important part. And if you want clickbait, you got that cake. Clickbait cake. Well, if it excites you, one of the outfits that I have planned for the future is I'm going to, when I start streaming, like, some more, like, open world-esque games that, like, or just, like, Stalker, Metro, and stuff, I have, like a bodysuit kind of idea, like, planned. Like a bodysuit with, like, body armor, or, like, maybe even a sci-fi outfit. So, I mean, stay tuned for that one, I guess. Yeah, because the model maker is really cool about it, the one who, like, actually made all of this. Because, again, like I've said in the past, the model was created from some artwork that I had, and they recreated it to the best of their ability in the style. and then I still have contact with them, and then I contact them anytime I want to get, like, more stuff done. Oh yeah, that's right, I have to use this guy to do the switch. But the thing is, chat, I'm really terrible with fashion. Like, I just wear what's comfortable. So... Man, Eno sucks at Wind Waker. That's what this would be called. Or just easily distracted Eno. It's like only part of my brain functions. Part of my brain functions telling a story, and then the other part is just, like, non-existent. Yeah, it's like, it becomes an afterthought at that point. Fashion is very important for cuties. Oh, I appreciate that, Specs. It's just sad that I'm not the best when it comes to fashion. Like, simplistic, comfortable stuff, but I also, like, I've got some ideas that are good, but, again, it's just, you know, I'm getting some artwork done from a friend that's going to be used as a reference base for a new outfit that I want to be kind of like as another primary one that I use. But like I said, I want to get a sci-fi one, a post-apocalyptic-esque one, what else? Festive, so like Halloween, Christmas, and then a summertime. Like, I would love to get, like, a Skies of Arcadia themed one, but I feel like by the time I would get that one finished, I probably already finished streaming Skies of Arcadia. I mean, it'd be really cool to have, but at the same time, it's like I'm just not sure which character to do, because, like, yeah, Vice would be cool, but, you know, like, Aika has a good outfit too, Fina's, like, it's just, there's so many characters to choose from that picking just one would be really difficult to actually dress up as. Okay, well, if they're gonna be that way, then I'm just gonna avoid them. Obviously, when you finish Skies, you can just replay it. Yeah, that's true. Especially if the remaster thing is true. Because, like, if the remaster rumor is true, then I probably will play it again. Probably not immediately, but I probably will in the future. Just if they, like, if it's just like a texture overhaul thing and it's just not that much different, then maybe not. But if they, like, do some significant changes, then absolutely I'll pick it up again. But I definitely am going to wait a little while because I don't want to just jump right back into it immediately. But I'm getting pretty close to the finish line with Skies of Arcadia. I've got 3 more optional bosses, I think. And then I've got, of course, the story stuff. And I think the thing that'll take the longest is probably the discoveries. Because I've really neglected doing discoveries. Unless... But really, though, like, I'm really glad that everyone's enjoying it, too. Like, just the fact that I can share a game that meant a lot to me growing up and introduce it to people who may not have ever seen it before, that really makes me happy to share, like, all these characters that you have the ship that can fly everywhere, just take one stream to knock out all the discoveries with a guide. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, like, I don't know if I want to beat, like, the main story first before I do the discoveries, or if I just go straight for the discoveries. Because, I won't spoil it for those who don't know what I'm talking about in chat, but getting all the discoveries, of course, will lead me to an encounter, a special encounter exclusive to the Legends edition of the game. I mean, there's a lot of other stuff I have to do as well, but I don't know. I mean, we'll just have to see. And sell them and buff Vice up with seeds. I will say, world gets hard to navigate once you have final dungeon access. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think I might get to, like, that turning point, and then I might, like, do the other stuff after. But since I do, like, 4-hour streams of it, I don't think it will take too long. But, I just remembered how many random battles I'm gonna have to go through. Oh, no. All good fun, though. I mean, I'll have a good time with it, everyone else does. Lots of battles, like... Yeah, but at the same time, I don't want to, like, exclude them completely, just because I want to get the experience points, too. So... Oh, we should use the Tingle Turner! I wonder what Tingle's got for us! There is no Game Boy Advance connected. Use this item after connecting a Game Boy Advance to controller socket 2, 3, or 4 and turning the Game Boy Advance on. So even on, like, when I had this as a child, and I still do have a Game Boy Advance, but I never had the connector cable that connected it to the GameCube, because I have used the, I've connected Game Boys Advances together before, but I never had the one that went just to the GameCube, so I never got to use the Tingle Turner. Like, I saw it in screenshots, oh, dang it, but I never really got to use it. I guess it doesn't matter. It's just one fairy. How long am I streaming today? Just 2 hours, so probably just another hour. Because tomorrow I might stream more Skies of Arcadia, depending on time. It was fun and had some cool stuff. Yeah, because I remember, like, there was Pokemon Box or something that was a GameCube exclusive, or, like, a GameCube title that gave you bonus storage or something. Yeah, and I think Tingle dropped bombs, too, if I remember correctly, because I remember seeing the screenshots of it. Oh yeah, that's right. Gotta get onto the tail! Oh, sorry, big guy. I know how much that hurts, believe me. Bombs were hard to use single player. Yeah, because I think on the back of the, like, on the back of the box, or in the instruction manual or something, I don't remember exactly where I saw them, where it, like, told players about the Tingle Turner. And co-op often led to the second player just blowing Link up. You see, now I wish I had had that opportunity, because I would have purposely sabotaged my brother doing that. It's probably good that me and my brother never played Portal 2 together, because, like, the entirety of me playing Portal 2 with friends was just me, like, destroying light bridges or purposely like picking up turrets just to screw them over, but I mean, it was all in good fun. Like, I'm not malicious or anything about it. Oh, I nearly missed that. Well, he still got me, but I got him. Hey Dio, welcome to the stream. It's gonna be a short stream today. Just wanted to kind of get one out there as the first stream of me being a Twitch affiliate. It's called Eno Sucks at Wind Waker. Because I get so distracted and so caught up in my stories that I completely forget that I'm playing a game or supposed to be playing a game. Oh, come on. There we go. I think you can actually get hit by the lava again if you screw that up, but I managed to not do it this time. Yeah, thank you so much. I'm really excited about being affiliate because it opens up a lot of new options for me. Yeah, Tingle's chest were a thing. Hidden treasure chests you could only find by using the Tingle Turner. They had gold Tingle statues that did nothing gameplay-wise. Yeah, I remember seeing, like, that's another screenshot I remember seeing. Maybe I looked at the strategy guide. But it probably would have been something that I'd like to have done anyway, just because I was really, like, I really like the Nintendo Gallery minigame later on, where you can use the pictograph to, take photos of all the bosses and stuff. So, I don't know if it's just me, but for those who have played Majora's Mask, this sounds like really suspiciously like the sound effect from Day 3. Like, it probably is the same sound effect, but like it just, to me, like it sounds really similar. I don't know. And the legend of the fairy that you can find in Tower of Gods with a story about Tingle and Majora's Mask. Oh, really? So it, like, actually references Majora's Mask? Trying to learn individual finger control is difficult. Yeah, like, it's kind of like my, like, left hand, right hand, so, like, I'm right hand dominant, but, like, I realize just how weak my left hand actually is. Oh, hey! Cheered. It references the Tingle of olden times and how he would support the hero with his maps and balloons. Damn, I gotta take a lot of figure snaps for my homework. See, that's really cool that they added that. But that was before the whole confusing mess of the Zelda timeline, too. But yeah, like, my left hand, surprisingly, even though I don't use it dominantly, I actually have a stronger grip on my left hand than I do on my right hand, which is strange. Pinky and ring finger are the most intertwined. Oh Oh, Sarah. Master debater. I have to literally, like, use every syllable in that word so I don't make it sound like something else. Eno gets demonetized challenge, let's go. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. Heck. Stream just immediately cuts off afterwards. I said the naughty word, heck. Try pairing your fingers in twos, both the middle index finger with pinky and ring finger being, then try moving them both down separately, legs if you're trying to kick your legs up and down into the water. See, like, that's the strange thing, is like, again, like, my grip strength is stronger on my left hand, but I have to have, and I think a reason behind that is, for one, since I'm probably using it more than I think I am, but, me being a Kendo Kenjutsu practitioner, the fact is, when you're using a sword, or at least a katana, or a bokken, or a shinai, you actually use your left hand you put the force down on the sword, and then the right hand is your break, essentially. So imagine, like, you're holding the sword with your left hand and you're just smashing it down, and then the right hand is a guide and a break to stop it from going too far. Gets ad. If you're in mod dashboard, you won't get ad. Yeah, that's something we'll figure out after the stream, is the ad stuff. Because this is the first stream as Twitch affiliate, so it is sucking at Wind Waker and figuring out all the fun stuff as we go. So, got two 30-second ones. Yikes! Well, at least it's not as bad as YouTube. Like, YouTube's pretty terrible. Oh, I just got out of a second part-time job. Okay, fine. Fine, I'll take another part-time job at the Rito post office. I mean, it can't be any worse than working at a local news station. Oh, hey, one of these icons is Tingle's head. So does this mail just go directly to Tingle? Like, he's got such a big ego that he has his own zip code? Heart piece. Yeah, that's true. When you get ads, what do you see? Do you still see a small video of a stream about chat? Oh, you're talking to Dio. Oh, yes, the old two-handed bonk technique breakdown. Oh, yeah, that's true. So he does have his own zip code. See, let's see how far I can get in this. Because you said 32, I'll try to get as far as I can get. Okay. I mean, we're talking about, like, finger dexterity, so let me try my best here. Yeah, I'm not gonna get anywhere close to that. No, well, 24 is good. Oh yeah, I can actually see. Like that actually, I think that corresponds to actual locations on the map too, so that's pretty cool. You're so good at using your finger. Do I have to put my word vomit? Do I actually have to put my finger trackers on just so you can see that I don't have fingers? I have nubs. The last one sounds hard because of the muscle composition in the hands. Yeah, I've kind of been stuttering all day. Probably because, like, I have to... I'm kind of lost, but yeah, I've kind of been stuttering all day because, like, there's only so many times that I can tell people, it's like, oh yes, the trees are over there, the plants are right here, because I sell plants and other gardening accessories and so on. But you know what? Fine. I will put on my hand trackers, and I will do it for the rest of the stream, because we're talking about finger dexterity and muscle memory, so I will put my finger trackers on. So give me just a moment, chat, and we will have finger motion. Or hand motion. Nubs. Okay, I put my finger tracking system on. So, there. I've got hands now. Oh, I can move my hands. They're not optimized properly. Like I need to calibrate them a little better because like they'll lose tracking. And I think I might just get like a headset, like a bandana or something to put this on. Because it's really just clipped to my shirt, so it's not really on very well, but I mean, I do have hands, and really they just, like, it's better for me to just track my fingers individually instead of using my hands, but... But yeah, there you go. I will have these on for the rest of the stream, and who knows, maybe if I enjoy it, I'll do it every stream, but... But when it gets too low, like, I lose tracking, and then... Because I'm holding a controller, you're only seeing so much. You know, confirmed to have just 2 middle fingers in the end there. That's my hand, yo. Like, that's not a finger, that's a hand. I mean, I could do like a... Let me see. Let me see if it'll pick this up. It's so difficult to get this stuff properly tracking. Come on, because it's like a Kinect camera on my shirt. So yeah, it's not doing it. I was gonna do like... I'm trying to do like the Macarena, but it's just not working. So I guess we'll just do me holding the invisible controller bit for now. You're one of them finger people from Spy Kids? You had... Do you mind? You had to remind me of that? What was it? Floop is a madman, help us, save us? Or whatever that quote from the movie was? Thank you for the follow, Virgin69. Enjoyed the dancing gif from Virgil. Oh. You're like a mime just pretending to play video games. Yeah, like there's a controller here. In my imagination. Yeah, you came in at a very fun time. I'm just now testing out my hand trackers. And it's very awkward. Because it looks like I'm holding a controller, but I'm not. Alright, you don't have to... I was trying to get in the boat. I'm not trying to talk to the boat. Oh. It's because of that. So... I'm trying to remember the controls in this game. It's quite a frustrating challenge. I wonder how long it will take. So, Trends, I think you're right. I can't read. Okay, so I have to change the wind to go south. That makes sense. Also, you were confirmed Thumb for Spy Kids? Why? I mean, they're nubs, but you could say that they're paws. I mean, I have fur. I mean, look. Like, all this, right here. Fur. This could be considered a paw. Okay. No, just two giant middle fingers. I'm not moving from this hill. Well, okay then. I'm doing the naughty. If my hands are two giant middle fingers, then there you go. Okay. The naughty, as in I'm flipping you off with my singular hands? Oh, hey, that's actually the first time I've actually been able to get my trackers to, like, touch my... I had it! There we go! They're touching! I did it! I am touching hands! That's the first time I've ever been able to do that! How about no? And we'll say that I did. Okay, so me doing that isn't just me going crazy, it does give me like a little bit of a boost every time that I do that, so... Oh, a poll that I can't actually answer to because for some reason Streamlabs wants me to be signed in, even though I'm already signed in. Which is best Eno? Thumb Eno or Thick Eno? I mean, I'm glad that I've created a brand. Not one that I expected or wanted, but at the very least it makes you guys happy. Or everyone in chat, rather. Guys, gals, and everyone. Pick Eno Incorporated, so TII. I mean, we'll have more. I'm imagining we're going to have more of these discussions, chat, because Wind Waker is also a world with a lot of emptiness and empty seas. So we're gonna have many more of these discussions. I imagine so. But real talk though, like, do you prefer me using the hand trackers, or do they not really add too much to the experience? Because your ass fills up. What? It's like that meme from, what was it, Inside Out. It's like, you can imagine what is going on in someone's head or whatever. Like, I can only imagine what's going on in your creative minds. Yeah, you know, you make it for a great cannonball. No wonder why tsunamis exist. Okay, so... full stop, you could literally take any of the Yo Mama So Fat jokes and then just change the Yo Mama to me, and it would fit. So you gotta come up with some really original material to impress me. Because, like, some of these look like they're just taken out of Yo Mama jokes. Well, of course it did. I mean, I wasn't doubting that it was gonna... No, but, like, actual real talk, like, do the hand trackers, do they add much more to the experience, like, or do you prefer me just how I had been doing it? Because, like, when I put the controller down, I can do this, I can move my hands, but they're very limited in their range of motion. Essentially, like I said, it's just a connect for my shirt. But, like, I mean, I can use it sometimes, but, I mean, it's just, for me, it doesn't really do too much. Like, I mean, it makes me more expressive, but, again, it's literally just a connect for my shirt. So I may have to look at other options to, because, like, I'd have to wear, like, very specific kinds of shirts in order for this to work. Because if I'm wearing, like, more loose clothing, then it will fall down easier. If I had like a headband or something, that could work, but that would also get kind of it would kind of hurt after a while. I think they're nice because you're a lot more expressive, but if it gets difficult for you to set up, it's not worth the hassle. I like you doing that thinking pose, for example. Yeah, and because like I have them set up and I've optimized it as best I can, but there just are some moments where, like, it just falls out of the tracking range, so I just gotta figure out, like, if I want to do it for my shirt or if a headband would work. Because essentially what the Leap Motion Tracker does is it will, like I said, it's like a connect, so it, like, creates a skeleton for your arms and then your fingers. So that's what it's doing here, but it has a very limited range of motion. So that's why whenever I, like, get too far, it'll just stop and then my hand will go down like that. But it also gives you kind of an indication, like, so for example, if I'm in thinking, like, I could do something like that. Let's see. That's me, like, putting my chin on my hands. This is me doing, like, a praying motion, which is really close. That's me just, like, you know, what the heck? Yeah, it's not that smooth. I mean, it's cool for sometimes. I think, like, for the most part, I might just use this for specific streams. So, like, if I'm doing just, like, a chat stream, something like that. Because at that point, I'm not really focusing on holding a controller or anything. Now, if I could use, like, my index controllers as a stand-in, then that would work, but I'd also have to set up the trackers for that. So, but, you know, I don't know. Like, you know, walk before I can run. Gosh, Beatles reminding me of retail. It's like, oh, you buy so-and-so, and then you're part of our rewards program. Yeah, anyone who's worked in retail can tell you about those things.
Thank you!
Thank you. I mean, he's definitely as enthusiastic as retail commercials, like, put employees as. It's like, I don't care about this membership nonsense, I just want to buy the product.
Bye!
It's like, no. Like, you don't have to ask me, like, 4 times that I want a credit card. Because at some places, they, like, there's, like, a rule in some stores that they have to ask, like, 3 times before, you have to ask every customer, like, 3 times if they want to get a card. And it's some of them are so desperate that they'll ask, like, even if you have a card already, they'll say, like, "Oh, do you want to open another one?" And it's like, no, I just want to buy my gardening supplies and you know, my groceries. Yeah, I mean, I like rewards programs for like food. So like if I go to I use an app for like Sonic, or well, Sonic doesn't have rewards, but like if I use an app and I like get some rewards points, like to get like half-price drinks or like a free meal or something, that's pretty cool. But I think the process of like selling it is what I have issue with. Because like they put so much priority on selling that stuff, and the reason being is that the reason why companies like push like credit cards so much is because they don't have to pay any fees to the credit card companies if they're using their own store's credit card, so they get 100% of all revenue. Yeah, and that's part of it is just that I'm not really that, like, I don't really have a lot of knowledge about the offers and the credit cards and stuff, and I've never really been penalized for not getting them, so I just never really felt encouraged to get them. So, like, I worked at Bed Bath & Beyond, and they're kind of going under right now, and in the months and year leading up to them going, like, well, not fully under, but in the months and year, in the time since I've worked there, like, they were really having some financial trouble, so, like, they were really pushing those credit cards. Same thing with JCPenney and a bunch of other stores. I agree. Oh, yeah, I purposely screwed that up. Well, no, I actually unintentionally did that while looking at the chat, so... Eno sucks at Wind Waker! Yay! When I greet people, I'm not as superficially enthusiastic, but I try to keep it chipper. I don't want to overwhelm my customer and make them think I'm putting on too much of an act, but at the same time, I don't want to be put down by something stale. Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, I will say, though, retail stress is a lot more manageable than stress with working with local news talent. I mean, if you're interested, I can, like, I can't go into specific detail, but I can tell you stories of what it's like to work behind the camera on, like, local broadcasts and, like, news and stuff. Because I worked for an ABC News affiliate, so Technically, I was employed by Mickey Mouse. I mean, but there was a lot of cool stuff that I got to do. Like, I got to, like, there was one time we got to interview Garth Brooks. If you're not familiar with him, he's a very famous country artist. Super cool dude to interview. We got to meet all sorts of people. Like, we interviewed some WWE stars. We almost got the Geico caveman on for a show. Like, it was really fun. I hear the mouse is a good boss if you get high enough. Yeah, so whenever we would go off air for the day, we would get like the color bars, but the color bars would have Mickey Mouse's head, like the head logo, or the ears or whatever. And it would say like Disney something something studio standing by or something. Because we were an ABC affiliate, ABC News is owned by Disney, and they constantly reminded us of that fact every single morning on Good Morning America. It's like, ABC News is Disney is the parent company of ABC News. And I don't mind, like, those morning lifestyle shows, like the Today Show and Good Morning America, but it just got annoying having to watch it every single morning. Because it's like, it's one thing to tune in, like, purposely, but then actually having to watch it every morning to run a news update got pretty tedious. So, a lot of what I did was just, at first I was the camera person, so, like, I would do the cameras for our local show, which was pretty simple, like, very minimal camera movement, like, there wasn't anything super crazy. But after a while, it just got jarring, like, having to, like, because as time went on, one of the reasons I left is that the show kept getting more sophisticated and complicated by, like, having 50 guests come in for interviews during a day. So I started doing stuff in the recording booth. So I would do, like, graphics, I'd run the teleprompter, I'd do audio, and then I was also the editor for the weather, too. So, like, whenever we would do a severe weather alert or local news cut-in, I would do that, too. But, I'm actually looking at my phone right now, so this is the hand that has my phone, because, Anyway, so, yeah, like, I learned a lot of really valuable skills, especially audio mixing, because my audio mixing was pretty terrible before I had that job. And, you know, it wasn't a hard job at all. Like, it was fun for a while. It's just that over time, the stress of working with talent that just did not treat you well was bad. Like, because there's a lot of ego. At least with the company that I worked for, there was a lot of ego. Like, everyone below, like, anchors and talent was seen as, like, expendable. So I didn't feel protected at all. So if somebody, like, did something really bad to me, I felt like they would never take my side. And doing that every single morning, 5 days a week, mixed with another job, was just too much stress for me. Like, to the point I was getting physically ill from it, so I ended up leaving that job just this last week, and honestly, I'm a lot happier. But if you have any questions about that sort of thing, like, I'd be happy to answer, because I have a lot of insight into how that stuff works, doing it for 2.5 years. As well as radio, so if you have any other questions about radio, too, I can also answer those, because I did radio for a short time. Which really helped me build my confidence on camera. I always loved the Koroks as a kid. Yeah, so another naming confession. So, I used to call the Deku tree the Deku tree, and I always called the what did I'm trying to remember what I called, because the Koroks, of course, are the Kokiri, but I don't remember what I called the Kokiri when I was a kid. I know that I called the Ocarina, or Ocarina, whatever pronunciation you prefer, like, I called it the Orkenda for some reason. I don't know where that N came from, but, like, or, like, the extra N or whatever, but, I called that the Orkenda. I think I just called the Kokiri the... I'm ashamed to admit this, but I called them the Cockery. Go, Kiri. Yeah, but, the music in the Forest Haven, certain notes are of Saria's song from Ocarina of Time. Like, well, it's like it's almost like a medley of, the Kokiri Forest theme as well as Saria's song in certain notes. Right there. I know it's probably hard to hear with talking and all this other ambient noise, but... This plants have some jiggle. Yeah, I know, right? Still not as... Why did I know that was coming? Like, I had a strange feeling when you mentioned the jiggling. I'm like, oh, maybe Dio's gonna be innocent this time around. Nope. My suspicion was correct. That was a finger wiggle, but because it's my whole hand, like, it's just a hand wiggle. Actually, no, use that. Face down a plate of nachos. I think it's actually more entertaining seeing me suck at Wind Waker than me doing actually really good. Just because it's you see how easily distracted I can get, and I think that's more entertaining, not just for you, chat, but also for me. Oh, thank you for the follow! What is that? Where chicken? And my apparent need for some new glasses. So, fun fact, I actually have this exact pair of glasses in real life. So the glasses that I'm wearing on my model were modeled after my real glasses. So my prescription has changed. I've had these for a few years now, but I am going to be getting the exact same frames. So my new glasses will be the same. But yeah, these glasses that I have on right now are the same ones. Yeah, thank you so much for the follow, Were Chicken. I hope that I hope you have a good time here. I'm just absolutely sucking at Wind Waker while trying out these hand trackers, so we're in for a good time. Okay. And we're gonna roll. There we go. Yeah. See, I don't know if I prefer the HD texture pack or the Wind Waker HD from the Wii U. Like, because the Wii U version added like some new lighting and then they redid the soundtrack. But like, it's just I'd have to like take a direct comparison and like look and see like which textures are better quality. Because as shown with the Skies of Arcadia HD remaster, like just seeing what fans are capable of, like, I'd have to, like, look and see, like, which one, like, looks visually better. Because, like, lighting adds a whole different aspect to it. I think, like, if they were able to replicate the lighting, that'd be really cool, but Wind Waker HD added a lot of new stuff, too. So, like, they added, like a self-portrait mode, and then they added the fast sail, so sailing was a lot less tedious. Hardly a roll, more like a slide. Resident Evil 4 Remake has got more content recently. They came out with Hunt, Krauser, and Louise. Yeah, so that actually came out last night, or yesterday, because I was actually in the middle of playing Resident Evil 4 Remake when that dropped. I am going to miss this because I did not change the wind direction. Or actually, maybe not. I'll make it. I'm going to make it. I'm going to make this. I made it. Oh, I thought that was going to be another screw-up to add to the compilation. No. Yeah, so... Yeah, so they added that in the midst of me actually playing it. So I had no idea that Mercenaries had already come out. But it also kind of gives you an indication on how long it's been taking me to beat that game. Okay, so it needs to be a little bit further the other direction. Yeah, I'm probably going to stream that after I finish it the first time. I'm probably going to do like a... probably do like a New Game Plus stream, because I was gonna do a Dead Space stream of a New Game Plus mode, but I just didn't really feel it. But now that I have more time to stream, I should be able to do that no problem. Oh, yeah, that's right, I have to wait for the tornado. Come on, come on. Come on, buddy. I am literally, like, begging a force of nature to come over here. I am not going to make this. You know what? I'm just going to cut out the middleman. Oh, no. Yeah, but the thing with Resident Evil 4 taught me, and really any Resident Evil game, like, is just like your instinct is to shoot the head, but like Resident Evil 4 taught me, no, shoot them in the knee and then just hit them with the melee attack. Because like Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 5, and then Resident Evil 6, like that was just the strategy. And then 7, of course, changed that up with the mold and then so on, but like, you know, it's just, my first instinct in a Resident Evil game is not to aim for the head, it's to aim for the knee. Krauser's sword arm in RE4 is nuts. I gotta see it sometime to actually be the bad guy for once and have that power is so cool. Yeah, like Wesker, for example, in Resident Evil 5, actually playing as him and having all those abilities is cool. Because there was also Resident Evil, what was it? For the 3DS, there was Resident Evil The Mercenaries 3D, which essentially was an RE5 port to the 3DS. Like, all of it is RE5, but just Mercenaries mode. And it looks really good. Like, you know, the 3DS is capable of running that game, at least at a lower resolution, because they had Resident Evil Revelations 2, I think, on the 3DS. Wesker might be for Separate Ways just as well as Ada. Yeah, I saw somebody that, like, went through, like, the files and added, like, the animations and stuff, so it looks like his super moves are intact, but they're just unfinished right now. Because, like, the whole reason you play as other Mercenaries characters is because they have their own little quirks. So, like, Hunk, of course, has the whole neck snap thing, and, you know, Wesker's got the thrust punch, and I don't know what Luis has, because Luis was never a character in the original Mercenaries mode. Which I'm glad that they added him as a character this time around, because, like, I think the biggest gripe that I had about the original Resident Evil 4 was that Luis and Krauser did not get enough screen time. And then this time around, that's really been fixed. Krauser gets a lot more screen time from what I've seen. Luis gets a lot more screen time. But it did take a little bit for the new Luis to grow on me, though. Like, at first, I didn't really know how I felt about him, but over time, I really started to enjoy his character a lot more. Separate Ways arc and being able to actually interact with Leon would be cool. You could see Leon as Ada in the old game. He was running towards the church, but you could never catch him. Yeah, plus at the end of Separate Ways, or yeah, Separate Way. I don't remember. It's both of them have Ada, so I know that in one of them at the very end you support him in the final boss battle, and you can see him fighting Sadler. Oh yeah, speaking of the Kokiri, so a little bit of some Zelda trivia. So, there's a lot of theories about what the Forbidden Woods actually is. Some people think it's the Lost Woods, some people think it's the remnants of the Kokiri Forest, because this emblem right here is the Kokiri emblem from Ocarina of Time. And then a lot of these buildings in here look like the dwellings of the Kokiri, so people are theorizing like it's either one of the two, or it's like a... because they said something about like this used to be their home, and I think it corresponds fairly well with the original map, but, you know, this was before they made, like, the whole official timeline with the Hyrule Historia. It's just the lungs of Link after hitting a fat doobie. I love that word so much. So, okay, so, let's see. This one right here. Almost fell. Because as we've established, Eno is amazing at video games. There is something else that I learned, though, chat. So, I know I'm playing Wind Waker, but I'm talking a lot about RE4. But, so, apparently, you can actually end the village encounter early if you have a scoped weapon or you're just a really good shot. So you can hit the church bell pretty much right as the encounter starts, and it will end it immediately. Not that I'd want to do that, because I'd want to get, like, the gunpowder and stuff from the villagers, but at the same time, like, if you're on a higher difficulty or something, like, that's an easy way to end the village encounter. There's a few videos on YouTube about chapter skips. You can skip, like, entire chapters? Wow. I mean, I hope that doesn't end up soft-locking the game, though, because I would imagine, like, certain chapters where you need, like, Ashley or Luis. Because I think it'd be pretty interesting, like, in a chapter where you have Luis and Ashley at the same time. But it's just crazy how people are so quick to mod the RE engine. Because, like, even when the demo came out, like, there were already mods that replaced Leon with Ethan Winters or, like, Virgil, and... Like, I just think it's incredible that the same engine that powered RE7 also powered RE2 Remake, RE3, Village, and then now Resident Evil 4 Remake. I'm just hoping that they, like, if they're gonna ride that remake train, like, just do us all a favor and remake Devil May Cry 3, or even Devil May Cry 1. Like, I'd be satisfied if you did either of those things, Capcom. Because, like, you know, I'm satisfied with how Devil May Cry 5 ended the series, so it's like I'd really like to see some sort of continuation, or at the very least a remake of an older title with new graphics and gameplay. It's already... DMC5 was the first thing that I know that used RE Engine. It's already being made. There's already San Andreas characters being swapped into the other guys. Also, Leon with a tramp stamp. Yeah, so... And I think that's also just how that the RE engine is. Yeah, I remember there was the, like, the Bunny Girl Ashley thing, because I remember there's, like, the art of Mauschly or something. I think it might have been U-Trends in one of the previous streams that was talking about that. But I think it's just how the engine is. It's just, I guess it's just easy to either modify or get assets from, or, like, do swaps. Because, like, Devil May Cry 5 has some really insane mods. Because people were able to, like, take the outfits from previous DMC games and rig them up to the character models. It's, like, it's really interesting what people are able to do with it, I think. Okay, so I'll just use that one. That's bringing me back down. Yeah, so the thing is, a lot of the censorship that was seen in RE4 Remake is also present in the VR version as well. Okay, so I need to go down here. You know what, I'll just fall, just because I need to readjust where I'm going. Okay, oh, that's right, I need to use the Deku Leaf. Well, I guess I could just do this. I did it, and then I still fell. Have fun highlighting this, Sarah, if you do get around to it, just to see all of my absolute fails. There we go. They made Luis a lot more respectful, but fleshed him out a lot more in turn. They removed anything that could potentially offend this day and age's audience. Sarah. so I can't take that with me. So how am I supposed to bring it up there? Yeah, so a lot of this is just based on memory. So, like, I have not played Wind Waker fully since probably around the same time I played Skies of Arcadia last. So probably like 14, 15 years. So this dungeon in particular, I remember I always had trouble with as a kid. And I'm probably not going to finish this dungeon. I'm probably only going to play for a little bit longer just so I kind of keep to my short stream. But I'll get as far as I can. Oh, I see. So, this stream is getting like, oof. It's like, you just mentioned Vor, and now we're getting into tentacles. It's cursed. The stream is cursed. I mean, they're vines, of course. They're vines, but still. Was the solution really to smack the door lock with it? Yes, it was. Oh, yeah, that's right. So... And that's the thing, is that, like, me doing this just from memory... Like, it's kind of it's a challenge for me, just because I want to see if I can remember how to do this. Because a lot of this stuff I had to do without walkthroughs at the time. Because, like, the only time I ever need to use a walkthrough for this game... was, again, the first time I ever looked up a walkthrough was for this game later on during one of the main quests where you have to go and find charts. But for the most part, I like to do this by memory just so I can feel a little bit more accomplished getting through it. Though there will be something that I'm going to try at the very end of this dungeon, at the boss. I'm probably going to leave and then come back to do it, because there's a special little trick that isn't really well documented. And I've only seen a couple videos on it, and, like, it was just discovered, like, last year or the year before. But I think I'll probably go through enough to at least get the boomerang. And then that's when I will stop. Jump onto the wiggly dick platforms. Just gonna put my controller in front of my face and lose tracking and pretend I didn't read that. The game nearly crashed. That would have been incredible, because I don't think I've saved since Dragon Roost, so I should probably do that. Let's pair 2-2 together. I mean, like, it's just perfect for chat today. Got a yellow rupee. I still don't know how big the standard rupee bag is. Like, piss rupee. if I had a blush, well, technically I do. It's just not on my VTuber model, but in VR chat, it's like, you know that you're making me blush, chat. Seriously. Oh. Be careful where I sit. Well, I'm kind of sitting in a somewhat uncomfortable office chair at the moment. These plants are eager and they're wiggling. I mean, if somebody can give me like a really cushioned chair better than my office chair, I will take it. Like a recliner chair with like heated seats or something. A cushion, you say? I need to sit down. I'm not killing anybody. No, but for real, I think at some point I might get a more comfortable chair, because I'd done the whole race car, like, gamer chair thing before, and, like, it really was not that comfortable. Like, just my standard office chair has been really good, but, like, for long periods of time, like, when I'm sitting it just gets really, like, it hurts. Especially when I lean forward like this, playing a game. Yeah, I can lean back. It's just if I do that, I might lose tracking. Well, I guess it isn't too bad. This is me leaning back in my chair comfortably. Trying to get my other hand tracking. Yep, see, that's what happens. What is happening to my? I am not doing anything. Like, that's literally just... I'm, like, doing push-ups on the screen, I guess. Maybe that's why I don't lean back, because I'll start doing calisthenics. Oh, no, no! Here's your like 10-minute reminder that Eno sucks at video games. Okay, so really this is just a way to traverse the... Okay. So I guess all I gotta do is just take that bomb there, but... Okay, so let me plot out my path first. Sub goal, get Eno an epic gamer chair. Hey, that would be much appreciated. Just like an actual comfortable chair, like not one of those race car gamer chairs, because I have one that is broken. Just because, like, the one that I had was very cheaply made, and I don't think I put it together properly, so it just, like, some of the screws in it snapped. But yeah, right now I'm just using, like, a generic office chair. I mean, and that's the thing, is, like, the office chair is actually more cushioned than the gamer chair was. It's just more comfortable, like, for me at least. I thought about buying a literal car seat and mounting it to be a regular chair swivel because of my sim rig. Yeah, like anything and everything, like to help with the stream, like, because like me having a comfortable chair would be able to help me stream for longer periods of time. Because like I can stream really as long as I want to. It's just that I try to limit myself because some days when I stream for like more than the 4 hours, my posture in my chair, because of how it's set up, tends to get really like my ribs start to hurt after a while. So because of how I'm leaning forward. Random fact about this dungeon: if you bring some sacred force, yeah, that was the trick that I was actually mentioning earlier. Is that I was gonna bring the forest water to the boss. Because, like, that has always been a thing, but, like, I guess it wasn't really well documented until, like, 2 years ago. Need to stand and stretch every hour or two. Yeah, I definitely need to do that. Thing is, I got a comfortable chair, too, but it always goes flat eventually. You need a chair with a lot of cush, something that won't budge even after a few years. Good luck beating this dungeon in 20 minutes, though. Yeah, I think what I'm doing is I'm just going to... I'm gonna go through and get the boomerang, and then that's when I'm gonna stop for the day. The problem is, like, since I'm doing this a lot from memory, it's like, remembering exactly where things are is gonna be the tricky part. But I'm gonna try to do that trick, just because, if I've already gotten everything from the dungeon, up until that point, it shouldn't be too hard for me to come back with the forest water. But then again, like, as has been established throughout this entire stream, I am absolutely atrocious at Wind Waker, apparently. Even though I think I'm doing good, I'm actually not. Call me after streaming so we can do emotes and redeem rewards. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Need to redeem for stretches. Yeah, like, self-help stuff for sure. Redeem for stretches and, like, a water break. I mean, I've got my energy tea still that I have been... You know what? I'll actually take a drink of that, because I've kind of been neglecting my energy tea. Squats? I mean, I could do squats or some push-ups. When I was in college, so in high school I was in JROTC, and then in college I was in college ROTC as well, because I was actually going into the Army back in 2020. But, so a lot of things happened in that time span. Like, I got hired at the news station, and, I just, because of, certain thing that happened in 2020, I didn't end up... So, actually, I'll leave this room and tell this story just so I can have a little... just so I don't get distracted. So, okay. So, what happened is that I was in college ROTC, and I was going to be going into the Army as a second lieutenant. But because of a certain thing that happened in 2020, I had to do physical-based courses online. So a lot of these PT-based courses were like health information and stuff like that, and stuff that was written in military coding. So I didn't understand it, so I got a really bad grade on that, and I just didn't come back for that course the next year or the next semester, because I was also graduating as well, and I just never really got the opportunity to do much more than that. But that fall, I had enlisted into the U.S. Army, and I was going to go in as a specialist, but I didn't get past the paperwork stage. So I said I was in the process of enlistment, because I don't want to say that I enlisted, because I never went to boot camp. So I did all the paperwork, I got my fingerprints done, and then I just had to call up the recruiting office and say, like, hey, this is the day that I can go to MEPS, and then they would drive me there, and then I would do my processing, and then I would find a date that I would go to basic combat training, essentially. But I did my ASVAB test, and I was not satisfied with my score, so I was going to do it again. But at that time, I just decided that it wasn't what I wanted to do, so I just never came back, and I never gave them that call. So I didn't end up joining the Army because of that, because I just... Whether it be me chickening out, or it just wasn't something I wanted to do, I don't know, but... there was a point in time where I was going to go into the military, and I was really like setting myself up to do that, but I just never went for it. So, yeah, that's the quick and that's the quick Spark Notes version. But I mean, I do have I did do a lot of stuff in those courses. Like I was very physically fit for a while, but I kind of got really inactive over the years since then. But there was a period of time where I was able to do like 50, 60 push-ups in one go. Nowadays I probably can't even do 10. Yeah, but I didn't get to do a lot of cool stuff in that ROTC course, though. I got to do a recon lab, which was pretty cool. So we did a recon lab where we went into the nearby woods and we simulated artillery fire as well as an enemy ambush, which was pretty cool. Though naturally they didn't give us like actual rifles; they gave us dummy rifles with the same weight and dimensions. But like, I learned a lot, and I'm really happy that I got to do it. But you know, like I just don't think I have the heart for military service. It's just something that I don't think I can see myself doing in the future. I'm more of like an entertainer. And apparently one who's very thick. But, you know, I've got a lot of interesting stories to tell. So, do I... Oh, I need the boomerang for that, that's right. I mean, I could also, another thing that I did when I was in college is that I was also a radio DJ. So every Friday I would host a classic rock show. It was 2 to 4 every Friday, and I would, we had the licenses to play pretty much anything, video game music, licensed songs from really any band. Like, we had pretty much, almost, like, I don't remember what license we had, but it was a very good license that allowed us to play a lot of really anything. And that's really, like, what got me so into doing the voiceover thing, and what really, like, Twitch reminds me of a lot is doing the, radio thing. Okay, we're gonna get the boomerang, and that's where I'm gonna stop for the night. Yeah, boomerang time. You've been watching Boomerang on Cartoon Network. Which, to be honest, I didn't really watch a lot of Boomerang because it was all Hanna-Barbera stuff, and while I like Hanna-Barbera, It's just not something that I would really particularly tune into. Because, like, Cartoon Network, like, owns... Like, as far as I'm aware, like, Cartoon Network and, like, their subsidiaries own Hanna-Barbera, so that's why Boomerang is a thing, or was a thing. Which, is, like, when I was a kid, I never understood why, like, Fred Flintstone was able to appear in Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. But now I understand the reason behind that is they literally own the IP, so they can do whatever they want. I think it was... Okay, so... Make sure they got that correct. Okay. So let me see here. You're probably going to hear a little bit of... Alright, so that is going to be the end of the stream. Wait, what'd you say? The thickness is part of the experience. It's quite a lovely supplement, if I do say so myself. That said, though, you've always seemed very enthusiastic about becoming an active streamer. This is something that you clearly seem to enjoy. If it fits and you make people happy doing it, you can only go up from here. I'm not sure I can imagine you in a uniform all day. Yeah, that's the thing, is that it's something that I thought I wanted to do, but I just... You know... Blaze, I was gonna raid you! Thank you so much for the raid, but I was actually pulling up my stream for the express purpose of raiding you first. But thank you for the raid. Oh, I was gonna get you first, though. But yeah, I've got hands. Yeah, well, I guess that kind of, like, brings up another story, and I guess I can say this real quick. So... Again, I was in JROTC first in high school, and then I was in college ROTC. So, JROTC was a bit of a different experience. So, JROTC, like, their whole shtick was, oh, we're not, like, training you to join the military. We're just training you to be better citizens, even though, like, they have you wear the uniforms and stuff. But, like, so... College ROTC was a lot more hands-on. Like, JROTC was more ceremonial. College ROTC was, like, actually, like, going out and sometimes you'd shoot, sometimes you'd do the rappel tower, and then there was also the recon lab that I did, and there was also an opportunity for me to ride a Chinook helicopter as well. We were gonna do a, I think it's like rucksack or something, I forgot what it was called, but we were going to go into a Chinook helicopter and we were going to ride the helicopter all the way to one of the training facilities that's in the local area. However, a certain thing that happened in 2020 happened before I was able to do that, so I never got the opportunity to ride in the Chinook. But, I mean, I got to see them multiple times. Like, they loaned them from somewhere in Kansas. But it was really cool. But anyway, like, there was a lot of... Oh, and welcome to the stream, everyone that raided with Blaze, like Voidmon and so on. Good to see you all. But yeah, like, JROTC was, again, more ceremonial. Like, there was a lot of, like, rifle spinning, drill team, and I didn't really like it when I was in high school. Like, drill team, there was a lot of, like, ego. Like, a lot of the people took the rank way too seriously. Like, I mean, I know you're a command sergeant major, or like you're a lieutenant in high school ROTC. It's like, wow, you're a badass. But they took it way too seriously, so they started, like, bossing people around, and it was just not a fun experience. So I didn't really get to do a lot with that. But yeah, like, that was kind of a lifestyle that I was going for a while, and I was really physically fit in 2020, and, like, I was getting ready to do all those things, and I even also attempted to go into the Air Force at one point, too. But, again, I stopped last minute because there was just something in the back of my head. It's like, do I really want to do this? And, you know, I'm glad that I didn't. I mean, there are certain parts of me that are like, yeah, maybe it would have been a good experience for me. Like, I would have had, like, really good job references and a good work history. But at the same time, I already have other issues that I work with. that unfortunately I feel like being in the military would have caused a lot worse for me. But yeah, like that's kind of why I'm here right now, is why I didn't do that, because I just didn't feel like it was for me. And but yeah, like I'll actually Dio, I will send you a picture. I have a couple pictures from when I was in that program. I wish I'd taken a GoPro, because like I know I could have taken a GoPro and I could have recorded some of the stuff I did, but I just wasn't thinking at the time, and I didn't know that we were gonna literally have to leave school like that next week. So, but yeah, I also am gonna be setting up the Twitch affiliate stuff after I get off the stream. If there's any other things that you guys want, or I need to stop saying you guys, because that's very Midwestern thing of me to do, but everyone. So all of you, if there's any other stories you'd like me to tell real quick, I'd be more than happy to, because I've got like anything really, like the radio show, the JROTC, ROTC, because I've got like a ton of stories that I'd love to tell at some point, but I just don't have a lot of time to tell them. Use a dialect, just be you. Yeah. I have a dialect, but I also like to be respectful, because, like, when I'm talking to customers, I tend to get really southern in my drawl. Like, I'll say ya and the and ther. And I think that's just because I'm around so many people who talk like that. Like, my mind just goes into that position of, like, oh, you know, we're gonna talk like this. Yeah. This is actually me, like, sticking my fists together. I'm glad that it's actually touching, because when I was using these before, my hands were not touching, but now they are. So I guess they're more calibrated than I think they are. So this is kind of like the mood I think that would be best when I'm using the hand trackers, is when I'm telling a story or I'm being more expressive with my hands. I'm probably going to have keep them a little closer to my chest, though, just because if I get too far away, they start to lose tracking and it gets out of the field of view. And sometimes my chin actually blocks it because of it being clipped onto my shirt. I need to get a leap motion. Yeah, this is a leap motion, so if anyone's curious, I'm using a leap motion tracker. This is how I'm using my hands like this. It was very tricky for me to set up, and you have to buy a clip to put it on your shirt, because I've tried putting it on my desk before, and it doesn't really track it that well. So I decided to use a shirt clip, because it just tracks my chest easier, or tracks my chest. It tracks my hands a bit easier because they're right in front of me and it can do the skeleton thing that the Kinect does. But yeah, basically it's just a miniature Kinect that attaches to that like sees where your hands are. But again, it's a little bit finicky. I mean, I don't expect perfection out of it because it loses tracking a lot. But it also, like I said, when it gets into these moments where I'm like talking and doing stories and really expressing myself more, this is a good opportunity for me to use these trackers. But yeah, I don't think I really have any more stories to tell today, because I do get caught up in my stories. Yeah, so this has been a really good stream, even if I completely suck at Wind Waker. It's going to be fun to highlight this. Because I get distracted very easily when I tell my stories, and I guess I'm worse at Wind Waker than I thought I was. But next time I play this, I'm gonna do my best to actually like try to play it better than I did this time, because I think part of it is just that I get so excited and so distracted that I just suck. But I'd stream longer. It's just that I do actually want to spend some time tonight to beat Resident Evil 4 Remake, if not get close to beating it. Because tomorrow I'm going to try to stream again, but I also have a Time Spirit meetup as well as a movie tomorrow. So there's going to be a lot of things packed into tomorrow's schedule. It's my day off. And I'm finally free of the news station. Woohoo! I don't have to go back to that horrible place. Thank goodness. I am free of local news drama. Thank goodness. Yeah, and I also got to drink more of this energy tea. Like I said, it's called Purple Haze, and it's, like I said, it's like pina colada and cotton candy. It's a very strange combination, and it looks exactly how it sounds. It's purple. Well, it's purple, and it's like cloudy. It looks exactly how it sounds. But it's a little on the nose with the Purple Haze, Jimi Hendrix, but... yeah. So, I am gonna go speak with Sarah in a private call, and we're gonna get this Twitch affiliate stuff figured out with the emotes and the ads and so on. But again, everything that I do on Twitch is for all of you, and also to have some fun and share games with all of you. The advertisements, the Twitch affiliate stuff is just secondary to me. I just want to have fun first, and all of you have a good time with me, so we're gonna get that stuff figured out, just so it doesn't interrupt the content too much. But no worries there, Blaze. I'm actually heading out myself, so I just really wanted to raid you first, because I was actually pulling up your Twitch as I was speaking, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and raid Blaze, and then I saw your raid, and then I was just like, no. Okay. But with that being said, though, I'm gonna go ahead and head off for the night, everybody. Thank you for joining me in my realm today, and who knows, you might see me tomorrow, you might see me Sunday, you might see me Monday. It'll all depend, but you'll be seeing me soon, and we're gonna be flying more in the world of Arcadia next time. So, have a good rest of your night, enjoy your Friday, and I will be here. Well, if you need a raid target, well, I'll wait for just a second, just in case. Okay, never mind. Alright, good night. That's me waving.